Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down a really counterintuitive idea in trading, the 1-hour sniper. It's a philosophy that says you can actually make more money by spending less time staring at a screen. Sounds weird, right? Let's get into it. So on one side, you've got the typical 9-to-5 trader, you know the type, stressed out, always plugged in, chasing their losses and taking any old trash trade they can find. And then on the other side, you've got the 1-hour sniper, calm, laser-focused, waiting for that one clean shot. Look, most of us, we all start on the left. The goal is to get over to the right. So why do so many of us fall into that first category? Well, it's this dangerous myth that trading is like a normal job, where if you just put in the hours, the money will follow. But in trading, that belief is probably the fastest way to drain your account. I mean, think about it. When you're just glued to the screen for hours on end, what happens? You get tired, you get bored, you get impatient, right? And that's when you start seeing things, patterns that aren't even there. You end up taking these trash trades, these low probability bets, just because you feel like you have to do something. Okay, so if trading all day is out, what's the alternative? Well, you have to start thinking less like an employee clocking in and out and more like a hunter. A hunter doesn't just wander around the woods all day hoping for the best. No way. They know exactly when their prey is most active, and they wait for that perfect moment, that window of opportunity. So what is that window for us? You got to understand the market has a rhythm, a heartbeat, and that heartbeat is not steady all day long. For most of us, especially if you're trading US stocks or futures, that pulse is absolutely pounding right at the open. And this chart right here, it just lays it all out perfectly. I mean, just look at the amount of volume, the sheer energy that's packed into that first hour of the New York Open. It completely dwarfs the rest of the day. You hit this midday dead zone, it's just flat. And yeah, you get a little bit of a pickup in the afternoon, but it's nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the fireworks at the open. And why is that opening surge so critical? Well, it's because that's when the quote-unquote smart money makes its move. We're talking the big banks, the institutions, the hedge funds. Their huge orders leave these giant footprints in the market. And a lot of the time, that sets the trend for the entire day. For a smart trader like you, those footprints, those are the clearest signals you're going to get. And that's exactly why trying to trade in the middle of the day in that low-volume chop is just so dangerous. It really is like hunting in a forest where you know there are no animals. You're just a sitting duck getting chopped up by algorithms that are designed to do exactly that, bleed retail traders dry. It's death by 1,000 cuts. All right, so we've identified our hunting ground, that explosive first hour. But just being in the right place isn't enough. To be a real sniper, you need a strict, non-negotiable rule of engagement, and it's called the one-bullet rule. Now, this rule, it sounds so simple, but believe me, its impact is huge. Here it is. You get to take one trade per day. That's it. Just one. One shot. Doesn't matter if it's a huge winner or a small loser. Once that trade is done, your day is over. And just stop and think about that for a second. If you knew you only had one bullet, how much more careful would you be with your shot? This one little rule completely changes your entire psychology. You stop looking for any old setup. You're forced, literally forced, to wait for that perfect A-plus opportunity. You know, the one where everything lines up just right. There's no room for sloppiness anymore. It forces a total mental reset. The old way, you have unlimited trades, so you get lazy. You take these sloppy C-grade setups just to see what happens, right? But with the one-bullet rule, it forces you to have extreme patience. You learn to wait with the discipline of a sniper for that one single perfect trade. But here's the thing. Finding better trades is really only half the story. The real power of this rule is what it stops you from doing, especially after a losing trade. It's all about protecting your most valuable asset, and that's not your money, it's your mind. Because, let's be honest, the thing that's most likely to destroy your account isn't a bad market day. It's you. It's your emotions. This rule is like a built-in circuit breaker. It's designed to stop the single most destructive behavior in trading, revenge trading. And this timeline just shows you everything. Look at the overtrader. They take a small loss in the morning, they get mad, and then they spend the next 6 hours chasing it, trying to get it back, and boom, by the end of the day, their account is blown. Now look at the sniper. Takes the exact same small loss, and 1 minute later, the laptop is shut. That's it. The damage is contained, their money, and maybe more importantly, their ego is safe and sound, ready for the next day. This is why the real win here isn't just about the profit. It's about avoiding all that emotional chaos. It's the peace of mind you get from knowing you stuck to your plan, you took a small, calculated hit, and you'll be back tomorrow, fresh, clear-headed, and ready to go. Okay, this all sounds good on paper, right? But the only way you're really going to get it, to feel its power, is to try it for yourself. So here's your mission if you choose to accept it. All right, here's the challenge. For the next 7 trading days, I want you to try this. First, pick your 1-hour window, that high-volume time. Then, hunt for your single best A-plus setup. Take your one shot, and then, and this is the most critical part, win or lose, you are done. Close the laptop, walk away. Your trading day is over. And that really brings us to the final, most important question this whole strategy is built to answer. The market, it's going to be there tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. The opportunities are basically endless. The real question is, will you and your capital be there too?